In Austin, I'm Mark Mullins. A busy election day turned into a chaotic election night. Long lines at polling locations in Williamson County triggered a last-minute legal fight to extend voting hours at 2 locations. Then the Texas Supreme Court told the county to set aside those late ballots and not count them for now. The change to precinct-specific polls on Election Day was triggered by the Williamson County GOP. County leaders decided to run the primary on Election Day rather than letting the county facilitate, and wanted precinct-based voting because they say it increases election security. We spoke with Tara Spoon, who waited in line for 4 hours to vote in Hutto. She says there was a lot of confusion and a lot of people showed up to the same spot.
I don't want to speculate because I like to see the good in everyone, but I do know that it did impede the process of voting. A lot of people left because of it, and going forward, this doesn't need to happen again.
The county elections office attorney says that he plans to meet with both parties to suggest changes for the runoffs in May, but it's solely up to parties to decide what to do.
What we can do is make suggestions to them, but ultimately the decision as to polling locations, the types of methods of voting and counting, election judges and clerks are all solely within the purview of the political parties for the primary election and for the runoff election.
Williamson County officials say countywide polling will be available for the November election. Austin police officers who took down a mass shooter on 6th Street early Sunday morning will not face criminal charges. The gunman opened fire outside a West 6th Street bar, killing 3 people and injuring 13 others. Moments after the shooting began, Austin police officers killed the shooter, which Travis County District Attorney Jose Garza says undoubtedly saved lives. Today, he called the officers heroes and told Austin Police Chief Lisa Davis that his office formally concluded its review of the shooting. Typically, if Austin police shoot someone, the DA's office reviews the case. There was a large turnout of about 200 students who took the time to grieve with each other. Emotions were high, especially as the organizers took the time to speak about how such young lives were taken. They held a moment of silence for the 3 victims who are no longer with us, and to think about the other 11 people who were also impacted by Sunday's deadly shooting in downtown Austin. One of them was a UT student named Savitha Shan. These students echoed her name as they came to terms that one of their own Longhorns is no longer with us.
It's really sad because she's very close in age to us too. It like really opens your eyes as well. It could be any one of us. I think a lot of people are realizing that.
Students planned a second vigil for Wednesday evening. People who get their water from the city of Pflugerville are under new water restrictions in part because of a water line break. City officials say a water line broke near Lake Pflugerville, which has caused water levels in the lake to drop. In the meantime, customers are asked to water 1 day per week on their assigned watering day. That depends on your street address. And all outdoor watering should happen after 7 p.m. or before 8 a.m. We now know that a human played a role in an anonymous vehicle illegally passing a school bus in Austin. The National Transportation Safety Board opened an investigation into a Waymo passing an Austin ISD bus on the morning of January 12th. The Waymo SV, or Automated Driving Systems vehicle on this graphic. A bus was stopping to pick up students on Old Torf near I-35 in South Austin. The NTSB investigation says the Waymo initially stopped for the school bus, but then 3 other cars passed the bus illegally. The Waymo vehicle then contacted remote assistance and asked, "Is this a school bus with active signals?" A person who was working as a remote assistance agent in another state answered no. Then the Waymo passed the bus while the stop arms were still extended. The NTSB is still investigating what happened and other similar incidents. They plan to issue safety recommendations at a later date. Next month, hardback and clearly used books will be banned from the Texas Department of Criminal Justice facilities. The new policy aims to curb illegal narcotics entering the prison system, but local groups argue it will limit reading options. Reporter Brianna Perez explains.
I like to wake up early in the morning, and the first thing I do is read. I read my Bible, then I read some self-help books.
Everett McAdams says reading is part of his daily routine while in custody, but next month his routine may look different.
This was a book that was found to be concealing contraband. discovered by our mailroom staff.
To keep illegal narcotics from entering facilities, Tim Fitzpatrick with the TDCJ says staff will no longer accept hardback or clearly used books.
You see many times where the spines are filled with physical contraband, Suboxone strips, cocaine, methamphetamine, PCP, placed inside the spine and then resealed.
Fitzpatrick says its goal is to prevent things like overdoses. Through dog searches and mail scans, officials say this is one more step to keep inmates and staff safe.
One person passing from a drug overdose is too many, and that's why we have taken this aggressive stance to find every method that we can to make our facilities safer.
But some local groups say it will have a ripple effect.
A lot of people want educational books, legal books. A lot of these books are hardcover, like especially trade books and textbooks. And so because of this decision, we won't be able to send people those resources that they need.
The Inside Books Project sends thousands of texts to Texas prisoners monthly, and most of what they send are donated or hardbacks.
It's going to affect us as it's going to put a credible economic hardship on our work. We're going to have to buy a lot more books.
Officials say this could put Inside Books out of business, and other groups may halt donations, leaving Texas inmates with fewer options. Starting April 1st, the Windham School District will partner with the TDCJ to manage all agency libraries and handle donations. In Austin, Brianna Perez, KVUE News.
And those are the headlines in Austin. I'm Mark Mullins.